Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It has been a long time since I've done a shoe review and quite excited about this. I think I generally do shoe reviews when I'm really into a shoe or really excited about a shoe. And this shoe review is going to be on the Asics Magic Speed 3 that's just come out recently in June. Quite a nice addition to the Asics family. A great shoe for the rotation as well. If you already have the Metaspeed Sky, Metaspeed Edge, or the Nova Blast, the shoe fits kind of in the middle of the range. It's a tempo shoe with a carbon plate in, which is amazing. And yeah, hope you're going to enjoy this review. As always, remember to smash that like button for this video if you can, and subscribe please to the channel if you are new for future videos. Let's head straight on into the shoe review. So Asics has brought out the first version, second version of the Magic Speed. This is now the third iteration of the Magic Speed, and it has been a massive change in to do with the shoe. So if you're running the first version or the second version, this one does not feel anything similar to the first version and the second version. Those shoes were on a different type of foam base at the bottom, and this one is now the FF Blast, so both in the top part of the foam above the plate and the bottom part of the foam below the plate. So it gives a nice squishy soft ride to the shoe, which is definitely something that you want in a tempo shoe. You don't want it too hard with a carbon plate, otherwise you're going to really feel that road. It's going to feel very hard. So this is much softer and definitely feels much better on the feet when it comes to doing the intervals, whether the intervals on the track, on the road, or it's even a shoe that you pick up for your race day. We're going to head on to the basics of the shoe. So the upper on the shoe, it is the same as Metaspeed Sky and the Metaspeed Edge. So very, very breathable. In the upper, it's got a great heel counter in as well. It's not too soft, so it's very, very similar to the Metaspeed Sky and Metaspeed Edge. So if you've run in those shoes, you know what it feels like already, which is great. So the outsole on the shoe is actually pretty good. It seems like there's a lot of tread going on in the shoe. It's pretty thick, probably 2 to 3 mil odd thickness, 3-4 mil maybe perhaps. So it's quite thick, which is probably going to give you some great lifespan of the shoe, something that's also nowadays with the shoes becoming so soft, very important to have a shoe that's got a great outsole, a little bit thicker, just to give it a little bit of longevity. You don't want to have to do 200-300K in the shoe and then you have to pick up another pair because they're not that cheap. I think they come in the range, if I'm not mistaken, $150 to $180, somewhere in that range. Yeah, in that range. So it's a really, really great shoe when it comes to the price point as well as the performance. The shoe has got a carbon fiber plate in, like I said before. You can see the carbon fiber plate here. I think this is one of the first shoes where they actually show the plate as well, which is quite interesting. A lot of other companies also do it. Hopefully no rocks and things are going to get stuck in here. So be careful, I think, if you run on the shoe when it comes to the trails and that type of stuff. You don't want to get a rock in here. It could break the plate if it's a sharp rock or it's a pointy rock. So be careful with that. Probably keep these more for more for the tar roads, very, very light gravel roads maybe perhaps, but I wouldn't go too traily with the shoe. So that's the upper done. The carbon fiber plate, it's a full-length carbon fiber plate, which is great, and it's quite nice and soft. So it's not as soft as a Metaspeed Sky or Metaspeed Edge. It's a bit more firmer, so the stability in the shoe is also really nice, which is very good. Something that you definitely need in a tempo shoe. You don't want it to be too soft. It gives the calves a massive workout then. So yeah, it's definitely when it comes to how the durometer or how soft the shoe is, it's a really, really good density shoe. So very, very happy with that. Asics has done a really, really great job with that. Yeah, I've done couple of runs in it, so 3 or 4 runs odd in it. And yeah, definitely feel like the shoe definitely has got a nice pop and a nice spring to it. And it's not too soft. So yeah, it's definitely got a nice density to the shoe. Moving on to the tongue of the shoe. So the tongue is actually not the same as the Metaspeed Sky and the Metaspeed Edge. It's actually, if you look on the inside here as well, it's also got these struts or these part inside the tongue here, which are quite interesting. I mean, they don't do that in every shoe, so wonder why they did that. It would actually be works nice for a triathlon shoe. So yeah, the tongue is a bit thicker, so they've got this nice padding here in the tongue as well, which is quite nice. It stops the laces digging into the top of your foot. So some of the racing shoes, I noticed they've got a very, very thin tongue, and you almost feel the laces digging into your upper part of your foot. So it's nice that they put these little pad parts in the top here, just to give the tongue and the laces so it doesn't eat into your foot too much. And overall, I think this is really like a game-changing tempo shoe. Been waiting for it for quite a long time. Been doing most of the speed works in the Metaspeed Edge, which is my favorite of the two. a bit more of a heel, you know, a bit more of a heel drop in the edge. This one, heel to toe drop, it's a 7mm drop apparently as well, which is a very, very nice drop, I think, from heel to toe. It definitely feels a little bit more firmer, but it's not too firm. So it's a very, very great balance between the two. And I think because the foam is a bit harder, when you're landing on the heel, it's not compressing as much. So I think the 7mm drop is definitely more accurate than when it comes to the Metaspeed Sky and the Metaspeed Edge. It's a little bit softer, the foam, so it feels like the drop from heel to toe is a bit less in those shoes than it is in this one, which is great for the Achilles and great for the calves a bit as well. And yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty great shoe. Go out, test it. If you have bought the shoe and you've run in it before, or you're going to run it in the future, if you think you might like it, head down to the comments, let me know what you think. You know, this is just my opinions, but I definitely really enjoyed the shoe. Hope you're gonna go pick it up, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, smash that like button on the way out, please. Helps with the algorithm of this video to get it up into the internet. And yeah, see you guys and girls in another review shortly. Cheers, peace.